Hello, and welcome to my review of the Hcalory F-Series Bluetooth diesel heater. Recently, I had reached out to Toolbear at Den of Tools and asked him if he had information on the Hcalory diesel heaters. He had previously, on many occasions, recommended their refrigerator. I purchased one and have been absolutely thrilled with the refrigerator. I live in South Texas. My car can get well over 130 degrees inside when you're out shopping. Come back and my refrigerator is nice and cold, or in freezing condition if that's what I've asked it to do, and I can transport things. Really great. So happy with that. I reached out to see if he had any videos. Well, it turns out he didn't, and he's fairly backlogged right now. So he asked if I would agree to do a video review if he sent me the heaters. I've previously done the SS2 portable diesel heater, the toolbox design diesel heater. Really nice. That has functioned well. We haven't pressure tested it yet, but so far it's been outstanding. This unit hasn't been installed yet, so this isn't a functionality review. This one's going in my shed, which is 160 square feet, and it only has 110 current running to it. So this is probably going to be wired into a solar panel and battery combination in the shed so that it's operated that way and doesn't interfere with the other tools I have out there that I want to run on the limited power I have. So with that, Hcalory sent this unit to me on behalf of Toolbear. And as you can see, it's a compact unit. You've probably seen these before if you have an interest in diesel heaters. It's made in China. Some people say it's based on the Webesco. If you open this one up, you find it's actually based on the Eberschbach Airtronic. I probably murdered that name, but that's what it is. And they are extremely similar in appearance, and by all accounts, for long-term users, in performance as well. So I can't make a direct comparison, but what I can tell you is what comes in this kit. And for the most part, it's complete. Everything you're going to need to install this, whether it be a Class B van, a van conversion, a pop-up trailer, a shed, a tiny house. This is good for up to 225 to 250 square feet. So it will heat a pretty good sized room or workshop. And it's good up to, this is the Bluetooth version, it's good up to 18,400 feet. The non-Bluetooth version, for whatever reason, is only good to 10,000 feet. So you want to consider that when selecting between the two available versions. This has a 2 to 8 kilowatt output. So the same as my box diesel heater, which gets really hot really fast. This claims to be 0 to 100 degrees in less than 10 minutes. I think it's actually probably faster than that. At any rate, so let's go over what it comes with and what's unique about the unit. First and foremost is, once you've installed it, is control. How do you control the unit? Well, you have choices. You have a very, very comprehensive Bluetooth app. This app is shared by, appears to be shared by the whole Hcalory fleet, but it allows you to set automatic on and off time. So if you always go to work in your workshop at a certain time, you can have it set to kick the heater on so the place is nice and comfortable for you when you get there. It'll turn off at a set time. Those are positives in my mind. You can control it by the Bluetooth app, turn it on and off. Supposedly you have a remote. You have a remote. The remote is good from about 30 feet. And you have a LCD which has all the functionality of the app on your phone. but a smaller screen. I think working is going to be, for me, it's going to be mostly working with the phone. But you have this, it comes pre-wired. You have plenty of cabling to run it where you want it to be, within reason. And so yeah, 3 modes of control. It's got a new motherboard, and the new motherboard brings in with it a series of improvements in management. They're calling the motherboard new for 2025. This is a 2024 unit. It already has it. And it's got short circuit protection, reverse connection protection, over voltage protection, and overheat protection. And that's actually pretty important, especially in terms of the reverse connection protection, because a lot of people who are using this on a portable battery or wiring it up to a temporary 120 volt converter could conceivably reverse the wires. This will protect itself. So that's a positive in my mind. We'll go over what the unit comes with. Obviously, the unit itself, you can see that you've got the inlet and exhaust that's going to go downward. You're going to have a mounting plate available. So this will, if you're doing, let's say, the floor of a van conversion, you're going to drill through. You have the plate and the location. It's preset for the fuel pipe coming through and for the ducts. You have ambient air in, hot air out, combustion air in, exhaust out. So really straightforward, about as simple as you can in a pigtail to plug it to power and control. Pretty simple. With that, you get a 2.63 gallon, 10 liter fuel tank. As you can see into the fuel tank. Now, unlike the pre-assembled units, you do have to drill this one. The parts are inside. You're going to have to get them out. Drill this one to put the fuel attachment in. So that's going to be an area you have to be cautious of and take care of. The directions are in the manual, which is extremely well written. Again, like the manual on the SS2, this manual is of the unit you've got, and it's in detail. Good images of the unit, of its components, of how the system works in case you had to clean it. So all of that is detailed in good English in this manual. However, if you want to avoid having to clean this unit on the inside, always use the start on and off button for it. Don't just pull the power from it. As long as you let it shut down on its own, it will self-clean, it'll burn off the carbon, and you won't have problems. So that's an indication across all of the reviews I found that if you treat it properly and turn it off properly, it's nearly a zero maintenance item. And that's important. So we've got the controls, we've got the mounting plate. It comes with all of the components, clips, clamps, zip ties that you could want, and it comes with a fuel filter. The only complaint I'm going to have there is for the fuel lines. They use these Jubilee clips, is what a lot of people call them. I find them to tend to be a little loose, so you may want to have really small fuel clamps. It's going to be up to you. Comes with fuel line, an extensive amount of fuel line. This fuel line, however, is the biggest criticism, not on just this heater, but on all Chinese diesel heaters. It's a very flexible fuel line. It makes it really easy to route. It's much less of a problem than the stiffer, solid fuel lines. But it does tend to wear. It does tend to leak over time. Entropy gets it quicker than most. So if you're going to install this, and it's going to be a permanent installation, and it may be particularly hard to get to your fuel lines and stuff once you've routed it, I would consider spending a few dollars and upgrading the fuel line. I know I am. But that's, just so you're aware, that is a consistent complaint against diesel heaters, is the green fuel line. Comes with a really solid feeling pump, good connector. I haven't used this one. the complaints are that they tend to be noisy, click, 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 click sound. I can say that I don't mind the sound of the one in my portable 8 kilowatt heater. I don't think, especially with this being mounted where I'm going to mount it, which is in a box outside, I don't think it's going to be an issue. But again, because this one isn't previously installed, it would be an easy upgrade. But I think this will work just fine. And it comes with the standard muffler, L bracket, clamps, and exhaust pipe for the unit. So one of the things that's recommended on these units, again, over and over, is don't overrun the intake air line. Don't overrun the exhaust line. Don't add to it, make it tremendously long because you build back pressure. It's sort of like if you're using the ducting here. I know on the portable unit, the outstanding recommendation is go from this 3-inch to a 4-inch quickly and route that. On a permanent unit like this, I'm not sure it's the same. But again, if you go out and it comes with ducting hose, you can cut this and it expands out. But if you, if you try to run it too far, you might be asking a lot of the pump in here and you might build up back pressure. So, be conservative. As I said, it comes with the hot air out. It comes with the combustion air in. It comes with the combustion air in air filter, which is really just a screened plastic component. And it comes with a T-branch, so if you want to have the air go to 2 different sides or route it around your shop or van, you can do that. However, in this particular box, I only got the one nozzle, which, you set its direction by moving it. So the second line is either open or you're going to have to buy an additional nozzle. Other than that, the only thing you have to consider is what your power device is going to be. Like I said, you get an extensive amount of wiring, all preset with different styles of plugs, so you can't get it wrong. Plug A into plug B, it works. The real issue is, are you going to power this off of a 12 volt or 24 volt battery, or are you going to run it off of a 110 AC to DC converter? If you want to run it off a 110 to 12 volt AC to DC converter, you're going to have to go purchase one. It doesn't come with the kit. They're not expensive. Prices vary. This is being recorded in October of 2024, but about $25, $30 on Amazon, you can get a good one. You want to make sure you have enough amps. This doesn't take a lot, but when you first heat up, you've got to fire up the glow plug. And you can count on that being about 17 amps. So you want to have at least that buffer in there, and then it'll settle back down as it's running. So I think that as long as you consider that in installing and where you're going to run that, it's pretty straightforward. I expect to run this off of a 12 volt, but we'll see. It comes with everything you need. And like I said, except for an alternate power supply or the battery. Obviously doesn't come with a battery if you want to run it off a battery. For many people, that'll be their car battery or their truck battery. But if you're going to build it in a shed, you're going to have to decide how you're going to supply power. And other than that, based on what I already know about the heater I have, I expect this to perform as well. And with that, I'll be absolutely very happy. So again, this is the Hcalory F-Series diesel heater. It was provided to us here at Den of Tools. And thank you, Red, for allowing me to do this video. And thank you for letting me test this unit. And I hope to come back to you after winter, next spring, and tell you how it all worked. Because I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you again. And if you haven't already, click subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Love to see your comments. Red is really good at answering questions. If he forwards them to me, I'll answer your questions based on my experience. And stay safe.